with tabletop simulator.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
cool.
like, and like you can play D&D with people in California, and we're in Jersey, like,
Right.
and we're here. I can see you, like, it's super cool. It's such a great time to be alive.
So
I
one
mean,
thing, I don't mean, I totally gave you the mic, but I'm gonna take it back real quick. One thing about all of this is the social stigma is something that we're all dealing with. You know what I mean? I hate to just throw this out there, but you got people who will only watch football, who will never fathom doing something that they might enjoy just because you might be labeled a geek or a nerd.
yep.
You know what I mean? The same people who know all the passing running percentages of the Giants for the last 15 years, it's there's no way that they could play a video game where they have to know how much XP you need to level up, because that's being a nerd. Like come on, man, it's it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but one's more socially acceptable. You know what I mean? And VR actually, for that kind of like sports guy is like it's still like when they see it, it's like holy crap. But they're
Yeah.
not gonna go play Destiny or D&D.
Yeah, they're
Gonna
not.
do
They're
it.
looking at VR because it's VR and it's the future. It's
Right,
cool. They're not
right.
looking at it as a video game experience.
Right, exactly.
I
Exactly
mean,
my point.
you could use it as a way to get people involved. Like, hey, check out this cool movie or this dinosaur, this experience in
Right.
VR. Well, hey, that experience is really cool. How about let me give you these controllers. How about you move around, manipulate an area? You know what? How about you try to shoot these robots and move? Like
Yeah.
that's a way you can increase, like the people you're going to play with, who you're going to play with video games. Another thing is, just like Corey said, how you want to find what people are involved, what they like.
Right.
If they're into zombies or vampires, you want to get a video game or something that's kind of relates to that.
Yeah.
However, to be on the other side of the fence of Corey, I don't know if that's to be opposite of what he said. I think cooperative games and video games are where you want to start.
Okay.
Whereas in board games, you don't want to have cooperative because, like he said, don't do that. You want to move this. Don't do that. It's a bad move. You're going to be staying in board games because you want to win or whatever. In video games, you get together and you play that crappy Mario for Wii where you turn into a bubble. Safe Mario World or whatever it was. You can turn into a bubble and be safe.
New SMB.
Yeah, you want to have that as an experience because it's fun, it's cartoony, it's easy, and it's a fun experience. And when you have people, you're playing something, you want to have fun,
Right. Makes sense.
and that's the whole point of it. So I think you start with something cooperative, so you can kind of cultivate their experience. You can manipulate what they're going to be doing, what they're going to be seeing. They have their own controller. They can be free to do their own thing, but yet you can manipulate what they do. What I did with my wife now is she's not really into video games at all, but yet I got her involved with Rock Band. We played Rock Band. She doesn't play any of the instruments, but she likes to sing. So that was pretty cool.
I'm in the exact same boat.
Yeah.
Fran, we have my wife's name is Francesca. We call her Fran. Our band is called Fran Page. And she's the singer, and I will actually switch between the other instruments depending on what I feel like playing. You know what I mean? But yeah, she'll only sing, but she enjoys it a lot. She enjoys it.
Yeah, I mean, we took Dyslexic Diarrhea on a world tour, and she had such a great time, and I did the same thing. I would try different instruments, and I really just play guitar or bass. Drums was really difficult for me, but she had fun with that. So then we stuck with the music genre, and we went to Dance Central. And we had a really fun time with Dance Central because she's more into dancing. I hate it, but yet I had a good time doing it. That was something for me to learn and for her to kind of show me how to do it because it was dancing. And while it's a video game, it doesn't mean it's something everyone's going to play.
Right.
So it was a really cool experience for her, for me to bring her into, but yet her to bring me into as well.
Right. And you in that case are more like, I want to do this perfectly to get points to win, while she's doing it because she's having fun dancing.
Yes.
Right.
Both people win.
Right.
So you want to definitely find a genre they're interested in, and I think Dance Central is a video game. There is points. You're manipulating a character on a screen. You are making your own path, and through the objectives to complete it. It's not like a Destiny where you're raiding and shooting things and killing things, but you're still manipulating your character and how you play. So I think that's a really cool way to bring people into it. And I mean, I tried once we got her into that. I tried to give her a controller and say, "Hey, let's play some Scribblenauts." Scribblenauts wasn't too bad, another smaller game, but anything past Scribblenauts was just too much. Anything using the two sticks to move around, not happening. Yeah, no, too much. So I mean, we found out. Yeah, we found out where we were, what we were comfortable with, and we stayed there. We tried to venture out a little bit, but it was difficult for that. But where we were was really happy. It was a lot of fun. It was something that we have that we can do together. So that's what's really fun about it as well.
So now my wife personally she loves Overcooked. She likes cutesy kind of co-op games to play together. She likes puzzle games. She likes Professor Layton. She likes, we started playing a game called Mainlining, which we're basically hacking and solving mysteries and stuff like that. So she likes that kind of stuff. We'll play games like Until Dawn, where I'm doing all the controller work, but she's still involved with the decisions and stuff. So
perfect game, by the way, to do that.
Yeah. If you have friends, a wife, family, just play Until Dawn, and you guys all pitch in on who gets to make the decisions.
Yep.
But anything dual analog, absolutely, it's not happening. Not happening.
Yeah, no. It's something like that. They're going to have to really want to be involved. Really want to play games. It's making choices like Walking Dead or any of those Telltale games. Like you guys said, it's a great idea. It's an experience you can share together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. So like, what would you start? Like, say, it's so weird because video games is such a big part of my lifestyle. It'd be hard for me to get somebody who's not a gamer to want to be in there.
Here we go. Both you and I, dads.
Right.
I've been asked, I'm a big gamer. Everyone knows at work. What am I going to have him play?
Oh, I have mine lined up already.
I'm going to bring him into an NES. Yep. I think that's a great way for him to have the control scheme is very basic. It is one of the most basic besides Pong and, some of the earlier games. And the experiences are there. The game library is there. And you know what? You want to earn 3D, you have to start here, buddy.
Yeah. For me right now, her first game is going to be Kirby's Adventure.
Okay.
Kirby Adventure because, number one, before you even get into a level, you can run and jump around before you go in the doors, right? And then once you get into a level, in the beginning, you can just fly over it. You know what I mean? So, like, let her get used to what I'm doing is manipulating this person. I think that builds a lot of hand-eye coordination. She already knows. She just turned 1. She already knows stuff that she is doing is manipulating what's on TV. She'll grab the TV remote and press buttons until she turns something off or changes the input and immediately looks at you like, I did that. So then I decided to give her Cuphead. I went to the tutorial spot and I gave her Cuphead and I gave her my Xbox pad and she's moving them around. She's hitting buttons. She's 1 year old. She has no idea what direction is making things happen, but she gets that her moving her hands is making the thing on the screen move. You know what I mean? She jumped over the first block by accident. She totally did it. So she understands right now and already that she can manipulate what's on the TV if she has a device in her hand. So my test is in the next, next like 6 months is I'm going to get a small TV off to the side. I'm going to hook Kirby up and just let it sit and see if she goes over there and grabs a controller by herself. You know what I mean? See it. Just see if she goes over and grabs it and messes with it, and for how long.
Yeah. And then they do that with their Fisher Price toys. They know if I press this block, it's going to light up or something's going to move. So it's theoretically it's the same thing.
Right. I want to see if she'll sit there and how long she'll play for it, like how long she will play with it, and if she starts to over time you start to understand. Like, man, I'm doing these things and I'm moving them and I'm making Kirby jump. You know what I mean? I think that's how I plan on doing it. She may hate games. She might be like Fran. She might want to play sports, but it is what it is. I'm trying to have me like a 2-year-old baby streaming on Twitch and make $1 million.
I think what you can do, which would actually be pretty cool, if you do that with the Kirby TV, set up a camera, like a time lapse camera.
Yeah.
Like every week. Just take a picture of, like a 30-second clip of what she's doing to see how her progression is. It'd be really interesting, like as like a scientific experiment to see how long and how she's developing, you know?
Right. Yeah, that, you know what? That's actually funny. Over like a 5-year period. Hey, my daughter did this. Here's this experiment that I did.
Yes. It would be really interesting, really cool. And I could see at least 2 million hits on YouTube.
For Hit Points Gaming.
Just throwing it out there.
So, Chris, you have anything to add about how you trying to get somebody new into video games? I feel like that's actually pretty hard.
I think it is. I think it's something that they have to want to be open to, you know?
Right.
It's not like someone's going to be like, hey, let's go play some video games. And you're going to be like, yeah, sure. But they're not going to be like, hey, I've never played before. Let's play one, you know? It's going to be kind of difficult. Unless they're a new friend or a significant other, you know? Why are they going to do that?
I think board games is more of a hangout experience, too. So that's why I feel like it might be easier to get somebody, hey, you guys want to come over and try this thing out? I think you might like it. Whereas if you say you want to come and play Xbox, I already know what Xbox is. I don't like it.
Yeah,
you know? I mean,
there's Cards Against Humanity. Like all these card games now are like if you go to Florida, other states, like you can go into a bar and sit down and people are playing and you can play with them.
Right.
Cards Against Humanity, I don't believe is a true board game, but it is to some extent. You know, like it's a social experience. So that's something someone would be like, hey, yeah, I played that game. Let's try something else. Sure, you know. So it's becoming more socially acceptable to play board games in the type.
Right. Awesome. So, Corey, you have anything else you'd like to add, my friend?
I do not like Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples, but those are board games. But to your point, Chris, if people play them, then they are just that much closer and accepting to something else you're going to show them.
Corey's going to be a great politician.
Dude, apples against apples. Got some deep roots there.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for checking out our Hit Points Gaming podcast. Make sure you check us out on Spreaker, the Filling the Void Podcast Network, and we will catch you next time. Take it easy, folks.